Alright, now that I reviewed the first 15 movies, it's time to look back at this first batch and tell you each movie how it's ranked from worst to best. Let's get started with number 15, with the movie that is the newest out of all of them, and a movie that just couldn't meet anybody's expectations no matter how hard it tried. It was bound to be just okay or worse. I found it somewhat in the middle, but looking at it as a movie by itself and not a part of a series, I'd say it's more okay. Of course, we're talking about Scream 7. Number 14 is just a point above and happens to be the second newest movie on this list. It is a remake of a 1997 B movie that really is just something you'd want to watch once, that has a laugh or two, maybe a thrill here and there. Anaconda 2025. Next up is a movie that I seem to hate on the most, and lots of reasons for me to do so, but it's not terrible. I know a lot of you guys like it. I just think there's way better movies than this in its genre, and I can't really rate it any higher if I wanted to. Disturbia. Number 12 is a middle-of-the-road thriller that I would like to rate higher if it wasn't for the acting and the overall story, which got a 5.8 out of 10. Fear. 11 is another middle-of-the-road movie, but different from Fear. I really love the story, and the acting is good. What holds this movie down is some of the conclusions and kind of the ending. A few other categories, but not bad by any means. Double Jeopardy. Next is a straight goofy comedy, which I like to rewatch often, and despite it not being serious as much as they try in some scenes, I still think it's worth a watch, and it has some really good conclusions that I didn't notice the first time, I must say. Central Intelligence. Heading into the 9th spot is another movie that I'd say is worth a watch, and a movie where it had some solid acting and side characters and good plot development and some scenes that I thought were really good. And of course there's some bad in every Adam Sandler movie though, which is why number 9 is The Longest Yard. We're halfway through this list, and number 8 is one of the better zombie movies, and this is really easily becoming a cult classic, despite it being a relatively modern take on a movie that could have easily been made into a story decades ago. It has some solid performances and funny moments, and I like to rewatch it, so that's always a bonus in my book. Zombieland. Next is the big premiere for the Safdie brothers, and I thought they did a really good job. You could tell they were still trying to find their footing, and a couple years later they would make their masterpiece, but they still gave us a really good effort with great cinematography, great settings and music, and plot development. Good time. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they showed this movie in like classes, how they do for Jaws and Jurassic Park, on how to build scenes and suspense and stuff like that. Now we're getting on to the next great movies, with number 6 being a film that has high ratings all around, but still kind of niche in my book, with great performances by Natalie Portman and Gary Oldman, and a story that could easily expect from like Christopher Nolan. And despite it having a few flaws, it's still a great movie. Leon the Professional. Number 5 is the definition of a great new horror movie that's really unique in setting tone and setting up scares and plot development, and I was really surprised by how good it was when I saw it in theaters. Weapons. Number 4 is the latest movie I covered. The cinematography and acting alone is worth a watch. The story is passable, but the layering of plot development and pacing makes this movie all worthwhile. The Theory of Everything. We're in the top 3, and number 3 is a movie that changed the horror genre as a whole back in 1996, redefining the thriller genre with a mystery around targeting a high school girl and killing her friends around her. This movie could be thrown on any time or with anyone, and it's guaranteed to be a good watch. Scream. In the number 2 slot is a movie that is outstanding in every sense of the word, and the story alone is borderline perfect, and the cinematography, acting, and characters are incredible, as well as the music. Django Unchained. And finally, our number 1 spot goes to the only 10 out of 10 movie in this batch, and it's no surprise because it's considered one of the greatest movies of all time. I don't know if it has that title for me, but it's definitely in the conversation. All due to the story, performances, conclusion, and the ending. Of course, we're talking about The Shawshank Redemption. Alright, tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments. See you guys next time.